Good afternoon and welcome to the Kerry Garden Show. I'm Alan Finn, and joining me again here in Boyles of Killorglin is our gardening expert Miguel. Miguel, how are we today?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm all right.
I'm all right.
I'm still alive.
We're still alive. You're still here. That's good. How many roses flew out the gap last weekend? I'd say there was a lot after the weekend, was there?
A lot of roses are gone.
Yeah.
They're constantly. It's a curious thing because it's people that know the connoisseurs that come nearly when we plant them, when we pot them up, and they start picking the nicest ones. So when they are blooming, maybe 50 or 60% of the varieties are gone already.
Yeah.
But now, if you go back and see how the place looks, it's just amazing. It's a blast of color. It's magnificent.
Yeah.
So, and they sell by the cent. So people are going down to get some compost, and they
get hit with the smell, and that's it. Yeah, no, I was at my mother-in-law's last weekend as well too, and I was out at her roses, and I was actually just doing a bit of deadheading and stuff like that. So nice. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
It's a big world.
It is. Yeah, and no doubt we will probably go back to it before the season is out. But right now, Miguel, you said that to me before the show that you want to talk about the do's and the don'ts of feeding, because people have a tendency to not even realize that they're actually doing the wrong thing, whether it's applying the wrong nutrient at the wrong time, or overdoing it or underdoing it. So that's what you kind of want to touch on today, isn't it?
Yeah, see, the roses, they need loads of food.
Loads, yes, they're very, very...
They need loads of food in certain time of the year. If you feed them in December, you're wasting your money. And believe it or not, it's people that could do that.
Okay.
Or the famous hydrangeas that don't flower because you're feeding them with Miracle-Gro. So we're going to try to start with...
Give a little bit of guidance.
Exactly. So first of all, you need a good soil, okay? If your garden has a poor soil, you're not going to have healthy plants. That's for a start. If you don't have a good soil, you need to enrich the soil. That's totally different than
from actually adding any of these
nutrients to the plant.
So what you're talking about is getting your high nutrient compost,
changing the composition of the soil, giving organic matter, giving a different structure, giving availability of those nutrients to the plants. So how do you do that? When your soil is spoiled, when your soil is poor, you need to change the soil. How do you do that? With seaweed or chicken pellets or chicken manure or enriched compost or good compost, 10 bags of compost. And every year, when you have a poor soil, you have to do it every year for a few years. So for example, the seaweed here. Will you do me a favor and read read here?
So Rapid Growth for specially formulated organic fertilizer. So rich source of nutrients and organic matter, added magnesium for greener, healthier plants, builds soil fertility and improves soil structure. And we've always talked about that. The structure of the soil, as you mentioned, is so important. Balanced nutrients for all garden plants, and environmentally friendly, fast breakdown. It just seems to cover it all, really. This is a healthy soil.
That's it. It covers it all.
It all.
So if you haven't planted anything in your garden, if you're redoing a raised bed or something, or you're building a new raised bed, and you have a soil that someone brought and dumped there, it's probably gonna be topsoil, the type of topsoil you use for lawns, which is not very rich and is normally quite thick. So how do you improve that? Using this before planting, or mixing it with that topsoil in a perfect world. That will enrich that topsoil. That won't cost you a fortune. But ideally, you should find a good topsoil, enriched topsoil, or rich in nutrients that gives you a good start. If the garden is large and you have that soil, you can use that. You can spread that every year like chicken manure. I remember when I was a kid going to school, and in May, early May, late April, early May, the smell of manure, they were spreading on the lawn of the school.
On the school, okay.
The lawn, the farmer manure. If you have a few minutes, just go to YouTube and it's probably videos of the difference between before and after when you use farmyard manure in the right time of the year in lawns. But now is not a good time. It's not a good time of the year for feeding your lawn. Your lawn should be already done. Okay. Right. So you have to feed lawn in the spring, and then you can do it late in September. If it's in a very bad condition, you can do it now, but you should have done it now before. Okay. So it's essential to do it in the right time. It's essential to do it with the right.
And the main reason for that, what you just, Miguel, sorry, before you go on, the main reason to do it in spring is it gives the lawn a chance, really, doesn't it, to absorb all the nutrients and to get a more stability. That's the kind of reason for it, as opposed to the summer when it's
summer. You have to be just basically mowing the lawn. Yeah. Mowing the lawn in June. You should be mowing the lawn about 4 to 6 times in that month, even more. Mm-hmm. Just always, if you went to no mow May, that is trendy now for pollinators.
Oh, no mow May. Sorry, yes. So not mowing during May. Yeah.
Not mowing during May. You have to go slow. Yeah. You have to go slowly, bringing it down. But if you're cutting it, just you'll see that now it's constantly growing. The more you cut it, the better now. Better it goes. Yeah. But no feeding. Yeah. No moss killer now. Okay. No moss killer. Right. Preferably, unless it's just a disaster and you want to do your own, the new lawn.
Is that because it's quite dry?
No, it's just not the right time of the year. Okay. Now the lawn won't be spreading as much as if you do it in the spring. The lawn will be covering that area that the moss was having, what invading. While now it won't do it. So be careful with what you do. Yeah. That's one of the, but there's plenty of things aside of enriching soil. Mm-hmm. Feeding roses. That's similar, the chicken pellets, to the seaweed. The seaweed we have talked about. The difference is that not only is the nutrients that comes within the bucket, is the seaweed increases the microorganisms in the soil and increases the life in the soil, and it makes all that nature to explode. So it's a very, very interesting product in any way. We have here as well, is becoming quite popular. So you have it in plenty of things. So you have plant food, organic plant food. Okay, so organic plant food again with the seaweed. The seaweed obviously just seems to be a huge, huge thing now of how much nutrients it obviously has. But Nature Safe is the name of this organic plant food with seaweed. Actually, it's not especially rich in nutrients by itself. It has nutrients, but it's not like a Miracle Grow. Okay. But it brings up the wildlife, the microorganisms. Okay, So we're talking about the little kind of increases the fertility of the soil. In a very high degree. So having the organics one, is that what you're saying is becoming very popular as well? Well, it's just, plant food. People are more into organic, which is good. Yeah. Which is good. Go natural. Go natural. Chemicals. It doesn't need to be organic, just natural. See, bone meal or fish blood and bone or these things are organic. This not is organic, unusual. But they are natural. Mm-hmm. Okay, like chicken pellets, they can take organic, but I don't know how are they organic? Organic is chicken. Yeah. How do they feed the chicken with organic? I kind of wonder, do they are organic, but they are natural. Yeah. They are organic by themselves. You don't need to add anything. Mm-hmm. But if you want to go natural and knowing what you're eating is essential, it's the must. Yeah. So that's for all the vegetable growers. That's what you're doing it. Yeah. That's why you're doing it, for eating healthier, for having flavor. So having flavor, you add these things to give them the right nutrients in the right time, and that is essentially that's the basics of the gardening. Let's start with these two now, because these are two new ones for me: bone meal and fish blood and bone. Now they're both from Westland, so I guess again it's just trying to
you know, the one is for the bone meal is for trees and shrubs and hedges, and obviously then flowers and fruit trees for the fish, blood and bone. I haven't seen these before, Miguel.
So the fish, they are both, well, fish, blood and bone, it says by everything.
Yeah, that's what it says on the tin, yeah.
But see this one, the difference is basically one has no phosphor, no potassium.
Okay.
So that's very good. Those are very good initially when you're planting.
Okay.
That has no potassium, that's a balanced, very well balanced.
Okay.
So that increases the rooting. And that is simply a well-balanced nutrient.
Okay.
Natural.
Yeah.
It's from the
leftovers of fish bones, obviously, exactly. Yeah, and stuff like that. So again, it's good to...
organic, natural, might be not the same, but it's still very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you want to enrich the soil, just basically don't use synthetic food.
Okay.
Okay, those are is 3 organic. It will be mineral and it will be synthetic. Mineral is mineral extracts like potash and all these things that are
mineral extracts. Yeah.
They are natural as well.
Yeah, yeah.
They are extraction from the rocks and from. So, but some of them are synthetic. You don't want them. Okay, so. Difference between bedding, summer plant trees. You know that trees don't grow very quick.
No.
But the bedding plants grow madly in the summer. So what you use, as we all know,
Miguel's favorite.
Miracle Grow.
The Miracle Grow.
For bedding plants.
Yeah.
Or her cousin, the Grow Sure.
Grow Sure.
They're
as well.
similar.
Yeah.
Those are bombs. Okay. Those are bombs. So you want to be careful with those, but you
what do you mean by a bomb?
They're bombs for certain plants. You know the hydrangeas don't flower; they're black, nearly black and green because people are feeding it with Miracle Grow.
Yeah.
So they're very strong, very rich,
very powerful, rich
so
and stuff. Okay, that's what I mean.
I have been using this for many years, once a week in the hanging basket. Once a week, it says twice a week. I use it once a week.
Okay.
And it works fantastically. But if you do that, if you do once a week in another plant, in different plant shrubs or trees, you're gonna kill, most probably you're gonna burn. You'll see the leaves burning, the leaves falling, the leaves going brown and crusty.
Okay.
So be careful with the doses as well.
Yeah.
People tend to, add a little bit more. Yeah, the extra.
Yeah, the little dash, like they're pouring something late at night.
Like if it was whiskey, please a little bit more. No, that's only in Spain. Here is the doses.
Yeah, the measures.
Okay, so we have organic for base oil with plants. We have the famous tomato food. What is tomato food? Organic is a balanced, nutrients very well balanced.
Okay,
while tomato food is a little bit richer in nitrogen and potassium than this. So it's
that's also good for strawberries and stuff, is it? Or would you use?
It's good for strawberries.
Strawberries.
Remember that strawberries are acid-loving plants. They don't mind a little bit of acidic soil, so you can use the sulfate of iron with them.
Okay.
You can. There's plenty of plants. We were talking about them, and you don't think that they are acid loving, but they actually are. And the red color, the purple color, the strawberry, it tastes different. It tastes, So
that's a little sneaky tip there now, the sulfate of iron. You're saying it with a real smirk, as if it's like, this will really bring them out.
Actually, is things that people tend to use tomato food for everything.
Which
is good.
Yeah,
which is
and
very
get good use out of it because you buy one thing.
But you shouldn't use it with shrubs when you have this.
Okay.
The price of this is it's gonna cost you a fortune. This is way better.
The seaweed
for spreading in early spring.
Okay.
Spreading a few granules around. Topiary, everything you need, hedging, anything.
Okay.
So, food for ericaceous. We all know camellias, azaleas, rhodos, blueberries especially. Blue hydrangeas, they like acidic soil. Sulfate of iron or sequestered iron, they both give instant availability in the iron. What makes a difference in the acid-loving plants is iron. They need more iron than regular plants.
Okay.
That's why sulfate of iron is very important with the ericaceous compost to change the composition of the soil.
Which we've gone through before.
If you want to make it acidic, if you want that hydrangea to be purple blue,
bright,
extremely bright blue, shiny blue, you need to give them. Sometimes you don't. Be careful. Again, that shouldn't be used more than twice a year.
Twice a year. Yeah. Okay, that's very big.
So you can be
2 or 1 dose.
2 or 3 times most.
Yeah.
And then we have the slow pellets for lazy people like myself.
Look, there's lots of us in it. Lots of us in it now. The slow release.
Specifically designed for azaleas.
Azaleas, camellias, and rhodos.
That's for acid-loving plants. So you can do that early spring as well, or now. Because we'll be releasing nutrients for a few months. Yeah,
and even there's just a Fertigrow here, a slow release fertilizer, and this is obviously just a more generic one. Would this be okay to use with most
nearly anything? Yeah, bedding. If you're gonna do a hanging basket, mix it with the soil.
Yeah,
pick a good soil for your hanging baskets.
That's key.
That's key. At the end, they are very short space of time.
Yeah.
For
blooming of color, bursting of color. Yeah.
So the more food you give them, don't give them every day a Miracle Grow because it will be having the same effect as doing it in a.
Finally, Miguel, the signs that you're either overdoing it or underdoing it. Can we just touch on that before we finish up?
All right. Signs of overdoing it is burn leaves.
Okay.
Burn leaves, scorched leaves. If you're using the wrong compost, not having any effect on the plant, you should be having seen something in 2, 3, even earlier, 2, 3 weeks or even earlier. The signs of underdoing it is very little foliage, yellow leaves, leaves with veins, only veins and yellow around. Also, as well, a little bit of blacky crust around the leaves won't develop properly on the edges.
So it's like they've stopped and they shouldn't have stopped.
Exactly.
And what about when the leaves are kind of
coloration of the leaf? So the leaves will start going from the right color, then the right green color fading to yellow slowly.
Yeah.
That's when you see signs. You have to be careful as well because some plants they shed the leaves before they start with the new ones.
Okay, so that could just be a natural process.
Evergreen.
Yeah, okay.
Evergreen plants that they shed the last year leaves while develop the new ones. They always have leaves, but sometimes they can look that is a lack of.
And what about the leaves then as one that are just getting a bit limp and stuff, and they're just kind of look very leggy and stuff? What is that kind of a sign of?
Normally, very leggy is an excess of nitrogen or a lack of sun.
Oh, lack of sun.
When they are plants they need full sun, and they are in the wrong position, they will be leggier than they should.
Okay.
So that could be solved with changing the position of the plant. Remember, don't be afraid of doing it in the winter. And off you go.
Excellent.
Don't forget to feed them properly and read the labels. Don't spend some time reading the labels and what you're going to do, how you're going to do it.
And if you happen to be close to a garden centre, just call in and ask. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Listen, we have run out of time. Miguel, thank you so much for all those tips. It's very vitally important. We love our food and so do our plants. So getting the right food and the right environment for them is definitely one to be spot on for this summer. So Miguel, thank you so much for all of that. That's it for us this week. Until next time here on The Garden Show, happy gardening.